How many people are practicing preliminaries? Oh, lots. I'm so happy. I've done my practice, the preliminary 3 times so far, 500,000. And last year I went to Tibet in the summertime. I met an amazing teacher. He's 7, 8 years old, great master, Dzogchen master, and he gave us teaching about great perfection for a month, and I promised him to practice preliminary again. So I'm going to start practice preliminary 100,000 time again. So we have lots of you guys also practice preliminary. This is really good news. I mean, this is how you start to practice Buddhism. So these preliminaries are amazing practices. So that's very important, and I'm so happy that many of you practicing preliminaries. Doesn't matter, practicing Nyangma preliminary, doesn't matter, Karjit, Satya, Geluk, doesn't matter. They all pretty much same, so it doesn't matter which lineage you hold. That's not the different, not the problem. So so the problem is practice Buddhism without preliminary. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's really not so good for serious Buddhist practitioners. Just you are interested about Buddhism and try to control your mind or be relaxed, then you can practice other things, right? Just shamatha or these things. But if you really want to become a good practitioner, then you have to start practice preliminaries. This is we call outer preliminary, inner preliminary, secret preliminary. So 3 things. So outer preliminaries, 4 thoughts. Inner preliminaries, these 5 refuge, bodhicitta, vajrasattva, this. Secret preliminaries, dzogchen, right? The nature mind. So in order to understand and recognize our nature mind, you have to practice preliminaries. So that's very good. You practice. I didn't know that maybe I know many of you already finished, but some are, I know, also practicing. Then start just now. But it's really good. You should not think finish sooner. Practice 500. It's also you should not really focus and think about the numbers, right? 500,000. I have to finish 500,000 in every day calculate. That's not the point. The point is how you can change your mind. Good way, how much you have compassion when you practice this, how much you receive the bodhicitta mind, how much you understand, emptiness, all these, qualities, wisdom, compassion, love and kindness. These are the point, right? Otherwise, you don't have this, then doesn't matter 100,000 times you practice, not much change, right? So you need to change. So then what is this, the numbers? You have to have 100,000 each preliminaries you have to finish. That's, I think, the teachers just give you, sort of a measure, at least you have to practice. Like that doesn't mean, one of my third root teacher, great Dzogchen master, Anzam Drukpa Rinpoche, he had my teacher, Anzam Drukpa Rinpoche, is the second, the reincarnation of Anzam Drukpa Rinpoche. The first Anzam Drukpa Rinpoche had a student. She is a great practitioner in Tibet. I met her too, and long life. and she practiced preliminary 100 times.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so that's, and then Anzam Drukpa Rinpoche told her he asked him, I think him, and what should I do? I'm done so many practice preliminaries, but this helps me a lot. Enjoy practice this. And Anzam Drukpa said, this is your practice. You don't have to any other things. Whole your life that. So she done 100,000 times when she died. So all, if you understand, all Buddhist teachings, Buddha's teachings include these preliminaries. Nothing other than that. If you really, you know, understand. And then so this doesn't matter. Takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Doesn't matter. Do it. Practice. You know, just slowly and make sure correctly. Visualizations, very important. And today we practice Vajrasattva. This is one of the 5 preliminary, right? So why is it Vajrasattva that we choose for this purification? And why is the practice about Vajrasattva best method for ordinary people in order to diminish negative karmas? It is because when Vajrasattva was on the path of learning, meditation, he prayed, when I become a fully enlightenment Buddha, may all beings be purified of their obscurations, their ignorance, their negative actions, simply by hearing my name, seeing my form, thinking of me, or reciting Vajrasattva mantra, or practice about me. All his prayers were accomplished, and Vajrasattva became a Buddha. So therefore, he promised to help all people all the time who really wanted to purify their negative actions. That's why Vajrasattva practice is the best for purification. That's why, you know, each Buddha has a different goal, right? Different intention. You can say, oh, right now I'm on the path of Buddhism, and when I become a Buddha, my job what? My intention what? I mean, you can say that. Like for instance, if I become a Buddha, I'm long way, right? Still there. So when I become a Buddha, I teach about bodhicitta. That's my intention. I love bodhicitta. I see, you know, it's so beneficial for all sentient beings who have really bodhicitta. Then be good person, be good practitioner. So that's my goal. If I become a Buddha, for instance, if I become a Buddha who think about me, who hear my name, and I would like to help this person to have a genuine bodhicitta. So that each Buddha has a little bit different intention. So Vajrasattva's intention, who practiced about Vajrasattva, his intention was, you know, purify their negative karmas, actions. So now his goal, intentions, completely, you know, successful, you know, and become a Buddha. So that's why this meditation, this Vajrasattva is very powerful for people who want to purify their negative karma. So therefore, this kind of practice, you know, involves both visualizations and recitation. But the most important thing to remember is that do the visualization. Do the visualization while we are doing the recitation. Some people think, you know, this Buddhism, the visualization is kind of funny, you know, that when you visualize, you are just making something up, you know. But it is not. It is not just making something up. And I think it is most powerful method to destroy the ordinary negative thoughts. You know, that's we need, right? That's we need. So, kind of uncomfortable. When Buddha was born in India 2,600 years ago, at that time there was no electricity, right? These things. How he taught, you know, thousands of people every day teaching. Also there in India there is the Nalanda University. The most famous and huge university Buddhism. All these Chandrakarta, the Shantadeva, Nagarjuna, all these amazing teachers, Buddhist, these comes from this Nalanda University, and they have thousands of monks and practice and study about Buddhist philosophy, and but they have no microphone, nothing, you know. I don't know how they teach, maybe just magic. I don't know. It's Buddha's actually says sometimes his quality of his speech, when you are very front of him, not so loud his voice, if you're far away, then you hear clearly. So that's his kind of qualities of his speak. Maybe, but we don't have that quality. We need this. You know. So, yeah. Amazing technologies, good way, bad way, right? Technologies helps really help good way a lot, but also do some bad things, right? So technology is amazing if you know how to use good way. So, so that's why visualization is really good for destroy our thoughts, because you know when you visualize, for instance, Vajrasattva, your other thoughts, negative thoughts, gone. There are no other thoughts. If you really focus on Vajrasattva and deep meditation, visualization, there are other thoughts. There are no other thoughts. No attachment, no anger, you know, no hatred, no jealous. All these are gone. So that's why the visualization is the most sort of powerful method, you know, to destroy our negative thoughts. So that's why it's not something, it's not funny, it's not, you know, make something up. You know, it's just really good for destroy our negative thoughts. So actually the meditation is for what? Meditation is for purify these defilements, this, you know, negative emotions, right? Afflictions. So if you visualize Vajrasattva or whatever, then it's powerful, you know, destroy the thoughts. So that's why I think when you practice preliminary, each preliminary has a different visualizations, different ritual, recitations, right? But the most important, I want to, you know that because of you, lots of people practicing preliminary. So most important is clear visualization. That's the most important. That's the most important. So you have to really make sure, correctly visualize all your practice. So that's very important. Of course, many of you know how to practice this, and you already finished practice 100,000 times, right? Many of I know here, many of you finished 100,000 times, but maybe you some don't know how to practice Vajrasattva. So the visualization is very important part of the practice. It is not just about recitation, okay? And Vajrasattva is a practice that is mostly connected to purify negative actions, I just mentioned last time, and obscurations that are the main obstacles to the realization of the profound path of enlightenment, right? So the negative actions, that's the main obstacle, right? Main obstacle, negative actions. So negative, the term negative action and obscurations, used here a general meaning. It refers to the four kinds of obscurations. Okay, first is obscurations, the karmic. First is the karmic obscurations. Second is the obscuration of negative emotions. Third is conceptual obscurations. Fourth is the obscurations of habitual tendencies. So four. So the first karmic obscuration means naturally negative actions, right? Such as killing or stealing or negative actions, so and so. And the obscurations of negative emotions means the three afflictions, right? Three afflictions: attachment, anger, and ignorance. These are the root of the all other afflictions. So this we call the obscuration of negative emotions. And the third conceptual obscuration means the belief that all people, I think, believe that all the phenomena or everything is truly exist. They're permanent. People believe that this house, this everything is truly exist. They don't know how to change all this moment by moment, right? Second by second. Same as yesterday. Then they believe that everything exists, right? That's also conceptual obscurations, we call it. That's also obstacle for enlightenment, you know. So, and then the fourth obscuration of habitual tendencies means very subtle forms of conceptual obscurations. So, if you practice Vajrasattva, then you can gradually diminish all these obscurations and obstacles. So that is sort of in general how we explain negative actions and obscurations. In order to purify these negative actions completely, we must rely on the four powers. Understand? Four powers. Very important. Is Shandadeva, one of the great student Buddha, and of course you know Shandadeva says what is to be purified. The 6 doors of negative actions. I will explain them later when we talk about the power of regret. And also Shandadeva says, what does the purify? The antidotes, the 4 powers. And then how do they purify? with the three supreme methods. Okay? So first, three supreme methods, you know, right? That means before beginning, giving rise to the bodhicitta, right? A skillful means to make sure that the actions becomes a source of good for the future, right? That's the how you start your meditation. Bodhicitta, great compassion. That's the how you start, right? So then that the merit cannot be destroyed by circumstances. And then at the end, seal the action correctly by dedicating the merit, which will make sure that it's continually grow ever, greater. So that's what usually we call three supreme methods. All the teachers teach you this, right? When they teach, when you meditate, you have to have these three, right? One is how you start, how you start your meditation, and then how you remain without your negative thoughts, and then at the end dedicate the merit. So these are the how you start, how you finish your meditation. You need to know that, and you need to, of course, do that whenever you meditate. Doesn't matter, short or long meditation, you have to have these three supreme methods. Okay? That is the how do they purify with the three supreme methods. And then the also Longchenpa also says, Longchenpa is the great teacher, one of the most important Nyingma lineage. And he says, begin with the thought of bodhicitta and compassion. This also he is saying that's three supreme methods. In the middle, do the main practice without concept. And at the end, by dedicating the merit. So these three things put together all the time when you're going to practice meditation. Okay? And now we need to understand about the four powers. The four powers are part of the Vajrasattva practice. Okay? So these are part of the Vajrasattva practice, and during the practice we use these powers as antidote to our negative actions. So, of course, many of you know the four powers, right? Because this, when you meditate Vajrasattva, there are four powers there. You're practicing, four powers. So, four powers are the power of support, and the power of regretting having done wrong things, and the power of resolution, and the fourth power of the action is an antidote. So I'm going to teach you this one by one, very shortly. And first, the power of support. In the Vajrasattva practice, the power of support means to take refuge in Vajrasattva, right? And use him as your support. I already described how we use him as our support when we talk about the visualizations, right? So you know how to visualize Vajrasattva and what about and everything, you know. So that's the power of support. That's about you taking refuge in Vajrasattva and visualize him, right? Usually the power of support has three things. Okay, the outer power of support is meditation on the teacher as a Vajrasattva. The inner power of support is develop great compassion or bodhicitta. The secret power of support is recognition of true nature of your mind. Three power, usually support has three things, right? Outer, inner, and secret. And then second power of regretting having done wrong. This means we develop a deep feeling of regret while we are confessing or negative past actions. Okay? How do we do this? We need to think about the 6 doors negative actions that remember Shantadeva said. So these are the part of the power of regret. So the first door is the door of time. Door of time. All the negative actions we have accumulated in samsara from time without beginning until now. And negative acts that we have committed in such and such a year, such and such a month or day, you know. So negative acts such as this we have committed, and also we have rejoiced at their some other doing something bad, you know. Also that's negative karma. So all this we had done in limitless times, if you believe. That's first door, time of door. And then second door is the door of motivation. And it refers to all negative actions motivated by attachment, anger, ignorance, right? And then third door is the door of accumulation. It refers to all the negative actions we have gathered with our body, speech, and mind. So that is the door of accumulation by body, speech, and mind every day, every year. And then fourth door is the door of the nature, right? It refers to all our naturally negative actions, such as the in Buddhism we call 10 negative actions. You heard that before? 10 negative actions: killing, stealing, like this kind of 10 negative actions. That's the nature, naturally sort of negative actions. That's the fourth, right? And then the fifth door is the door of the object, which refers to all the negative actions we have accumulated in relation to the samsara object. And then sixth door is the door of function. It refers to all the negative actions and frequent illness, poverty, all these sort of sufferings, and all these negative actions that we have accumulated. So that is about second power of regretting, right? Having done something wrong. And then third, the power of resolution. This means to make a promise to never do these negative actions ever again if we can. I mean, that's the four Vajrasattva, right? If you do practice Vajrasattva and then you do again bad things, that means you are not really developed, you know, and purify your negative karma, because you are doing again and, you know, accumulating every day. So you need to promise yourself, or I'm practicing Vajrasattva right now, and I am a Buddhist practitioner, so that means I am not going to, harm others, and never do these negative actions ever again. And I want to try that, you know. Even if I can't help, I don't have capacity that, you know, help others, but I'm going to keep this promise in my mind, that I'm not going to harm others. So that means you are practicing the third power of resolution, right? It's most important in Vajrasattva, most important, the third power of resolution. That's why we are practicing Vajrasattva. Otherwise, if you practice Vajrasattva, very good. There is no negative karma, negative emotions during your meditation, but then you go outside and do again bad things, bad motivation, jealous, angry. That means you are not purifying. You're not purifying your negative karmas. You are really developing your negative karmas. So you need to think about the third power of resolution all the time. First, need to practice third power, and then when you are not meditate, you have to remember, right? Remember the third power. It's prevent your negative motivations, motivations, and it's very, very. You can change. When I was young, little baby, I have a bad mind. Sometimes, I want to play something and somebody took from me, and then I get angry, and he had something, bad. I'm just kind of rejoice, it's, and then very young, like when I was 7 years, 6 years, like that, and then I went to monastery. Teacher always teach every day, many hundreds of thousands times. Correct your motivation. Think about bodhicitta. Always I hear this so many times, Then the first many times I just ignored, nothing changed. And then I'm a little bit, interest to practice meditation, and then this is the key point, And then it's difficult how I change this, Bodhicitta makes me change this, And when I heard something bad, and I just, okay, even though it's not genuine, my bodhicitta, but I just, I'm sorry, that's not good, like say that, and slowly, really, you hear something bad, and then if you remember and, say prayers, and even though it's not really deeply in your mind, but just say prayers, and it slowly changes, So now I really, something bad happened, I really don't rejoice that deeply in my mind. Something good happened, I really like that too, even though not for me, but bodhicittas do that. So you need to do that too. We all need to change our mind, that's the naturally. Some people really, naturally they are just a very bad mind. Something bad happened, they rejoice, very happy. Something you have you got a good job, good money, they jealous, they don't like. That's not good, even though nothing helped them, right? Nothing, but people just naturally, sometimes they have that kind of intention. It's not good for them, not good for everybody. So, we all know that, right? If you have a good job and I don't have good job, I jealous, So what is benefit? You need to think about what is jealous, why, Is there benefit? Then makes sense. You jealous, okay, you change. Maybe you get, if you have jealous and then you get good job, then there reason, but nothing. Just you jealous. You need to think about what is the benefit of jealous, So that we need to. So if you think about the third power of the resolution, makes change your mind, So that's very important, I think. So we sort of make of this premise, we will become more and more pure, and eventually we can purify all our negative actions completely, So then fourth power of the the action is an antidote. This power means to do as many positive actions as you can, as an antidote to your past negative actions. So for example of these positive actions are being happy when others do good things, cultivating bodhicitta in action and aspiration, and dedicating the merit of all good things that you do, you know. But in this case, the power of action as antidote refers to visualizing the, remember, the nectar flowing down and cleansing us, right? This is the antidote. The fourth power, in this case, Vajrasattva, you know, the visualize, and then the 600 syllable, and you got the nectar, compassion, and then purify your negative action. You do that hundreds of thousands times, slowly change your mind, you know. It's difficult, you know. This kind of work take lots of times. Cannot change immediately, right? But if you do practice and don't lose your confidence, and then eventually you can change. You can change your mind. You can change your mind. So don't worry. It takes time, but you need to be patient. And sometimes you practice, I'm sure, preliminaries. You feel, oh, it doesn't make sense, why I do this, what is the benefit, and someday, oh, it's really good, I like visualizations, I like this kind of, it makes sense, it helps, you know. Sometimes go up and down your meditation every day, you know. Me too, you know. Almost like every day, 2 hours most I practice every day. Sometimes very good, sometimes not good, sometimes no focus, sometimes very think other things, even though I'm saying mantras. But I think, okay, that's fine, and that's fine. So we are on the path, and this path is so long, you know, long. But that doesn't matter. I think that doesn't matter. As soon as you are on the path, that's most important, right? Path. What is the first path? Path of accumulation, right? So you have to get there. You have to get there. Then once you are there, then you just go slowly, and 5 paths there you have to go, 10 tall bhumis path there you have to go all the way and become enlightened after 10th bhumi, and become enlightened, and you have nothing there, right? So we have to very long journey, but no problem. But accumulation, the path of accumulate, that's very important, you know. That's the first path. If you are not on that path, even though you practice, but maybe, I don't know which way you are going. So the first part of accumulation is you have to think about bodhicitta. Once you have a bodhicitta mind, then you are on the path of accumulation. Of course, if you have genuine bodhicitta, of course. But even though you don't have genuine bodhicitta, but you are practicing bodhicitta, you are on the path of accumulation. Very important. So, understand 4 powers? Okay, very good. So, we should practice Vajrasattva with these 4 powers and visualizations. And don't worry, really don't worry. When you meditate, hope and worry obstacle, really obstacle. Sometimes people have, when you meditate, people have really nice experience, once very short, and then gone. and then you worry, what happened? I like that feeling. No hope, no hope, no hope, no worry. Just let go everything. Most important, correct your motivation. That's all. Correct your motivation, and then no hope, no worry. Just to do it. Just to do. Sometimes good, sometimes not good. That's no problem, because we are in samsara. So samsara give us sometimes happiness, sometimes sufferings, right? Because we are accumulate sometimes good karma, sometimes bad karma. So that's why sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are suffering. So makes sense, you know. We do, right? We do both. If you do only good karma, you only get result happiness. If you do only bad, only suffering, right? But we are not, none of this. We do good and bad, good and bad. Then we happy, suffering, unhappy, like that. So that's samsara. So that's why sometimes we have a good meditation, sometimes not. And that's no problem. That's no problem. Okay? Now we should silent prayer and the four measurable, I think we're done. This time we'll start the refuge in bodhicitta, Vajrasattva, which is the homage or limitless sentient beings. That is first refuge, right? And then bodhicitta, and then the visualizations. Do you like saying the rituals, the 100-syllable mantra together, or you just want to visualize and without saying mantra? What do you prefer? Both? Is it a little bit difficult, this 100-syllable mantra? Once you memorize them, then very easy, you know, only focus on visualization. But now you are just really sometimes difficult, the pronunciations, ha, 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 ho. Ha, ha, ha's are means four measurables, right? Ho is the five wisdoms, Buddha's wisdoms, right? Otherwise, ha, ha, ha. When you sing ha, 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 you need to remember, may all sentient beings have happiness, right? This is four measurable, four measurables, right? May have happiness, cause of happiness, ha, ha, ha. You need to think that, you need to remember that. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Ha, ha, ha. All right. Okay. Any questions? Visualization? Yeah.
I just wanted to ask a question, also say something. The Vajrasattva translation is slightly different because it's more how you would pronounce it, the mantra based on the Sanskrit pronunciation. And the one that is in the text is more of the Tibetan pronunciation. So just so you know why there's differences between the two. And then I have a question about the second visualization. When we're visualizing ourselves as Vajrasattva, we have the hone in our heart and then the six-syllable mantra around us. And then you visualize the colors going up and colors going down. Do you keep that visualization of both Vajrasattva and the mantra circle while you're visualizing the colors, the offering goddesses?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So you're doing both at the same time.
This time, no you and no Vajrasattva, right? Vajrasattva is you. You are Vajrasattva, right? So you are Vajrasattva and try to help others diminish their negative karmas, actions, right? And then you offer in Buddha's bodhisattvas, and then you receive the blessings from Buddha's bodhisattvas. Of course, Vajrasattva has a power, but now you have more power because you receive all the Buddha's bodhisattvas' powers, compassions. So all Vajrasattva's powers and all Buddha's bodhisattvas' power together, now you have, and then rays of light goes down, you have more power, and then diminish all negatives, other living beings. Right?
Right. So as the rays of light are going down, you're still imagining that mandala.
You are still there, nothing dissolve, nothing disappear, but more focus on the lights. Yeah.
And when we're visualizing Vajrasattva above our head and the moon disk is there, are the syllables, do they stay still or are they moving?
No, they're not moving.
Not moving.
They're
Okay.
still. Somebody has that
Yeah.
question, so it's not moving.
Okay.
And the problem is, I think I said they're counterclockwise. Then you think kind of
they're
moving,
okay.
but it's not. It's not moving. Just they stand, but the nectars comes from each syllables, right?
Okay, okay.
But
And a counterclockwise.
yeah, and counterclockwise. And same as the sixth syllable also doesn't move.
Okay,
And yeah, this time not move. They just stand there.
okay.
Good question.
And then the nectar is sort of dropping into us and
Into through Vajrasattva's body and to your yeah.
and then we transform into Vajrasattva.
No, then your all negative karmas and illness all living out your body.
Okay.
That's the right. And that's you how you visualize. And then the other one is not nectar, it's the rays of light. All right.
Sometimes you've described that as the white nectar comes in, you see black, the black going out the bottom.
Yep, that's very common. I mean, especially if you read in the What of My Perfect Teacher, Guide to My Perfect Teacher, all preliminaries explain that way. If you want, you can do that. I'm not so interested about that. So I just always, especially my unhappiness, my illness, my negative karmas, live in my body. That's all. Then just then disappear. That's all. It's not. Yeah, there are details, so many things there, but it's if you like, you can, of course. Yeah, so there are Vajrasattva, two pronunciations, whatever you, some are here, Gyangdo Rinpoche's kind of students, I think they pronounce same me in Tibetan way. Some here, Manjur Rinpoche's students, I think he pronounced Sanskrit way, which is Vajrasattva Sama. I do both, sometimes Tibetan way, sometimes Sanskrit way, so there is no big difference, okay? Now, are you ready? Okay, the refuge. Homage all limit, time, sentient beings,
Take refuge in the Lama, the essence of Buddha, Dharma,
and Sangha, in the mandala of the ocean of Vajrasattva, with the devotion and from the depth of our heart.
Oh, having entered the mandala of Vajrasattva, for all the Father and Mother by sentient beings of the six realms, in order to liberate them with ineffable compassion and generate the awakened mind,
Relative and inspiration and action and absolute. Okay, now the visualization, Vajrasattva, above your head. And in this, purify all your negative actions with regret. Okay, so say that. I am in my ordinary form, above my head on a white lotus, in the center of moon disk centers home, which becomes the Lama Vajrasattva, brilliant, royal white, with complete fire, ornaments, golden Vajra and bell, embarrassing colors of Vajrasattva. I take refuge in you and pray. Purify all your negative actions with the deepest regret. I acknowledge them all, ask your forgiveness. From now on, even if my life is sad, I shall refrain from negligence. And then this is what, oh yeah, this is the other visualization. Visualize the Hong syllable, Mon, with the Mon desk Hong syllable at the Vajrasattva's heart, okay? In your heart, upon the full moon in the letter Hong, in the circle by mantra, recite in the mantra, invokes your wisdom mind, and form the product union of blissful pair. Lord or Bodhisattva, nectar flows down like a shining stream of milk. Through this, for me and all sentient beings of the three realms, may all negative karma and destructive emotions be purified. May the cause of suffering, illness, harmful influence, negative actions and obscuration, along with wrongdoing, downfall back due to delay of the samaya, be purified till not single one remains. Okay? Now, there is in Tibetan word yap yim in here. Yap means Vajrasattva, yim means his concert, Vajrasattva. Okay, now slowly saying the Vajrasattva mantra, 100 syllable. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Teno Bhai Shranda Do Me Bhava Sadosho Me Bhava Sabo Kayo Me Bhava Anarakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayat Sarva karma sacha me zeta shiryo kara ho ha 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 ho bangawa sarva tatangata bhajar ma me manza bhajar bhava maha samaya sadhu a Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Teno Bhai Dejanda Do Me Bhava Sado Kayo Me Bhava Sabo Kayo Me Bhava Anarakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayat Sarva karma sacha me tadam shiryo kara ho ha 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 ho bangawan sarva tathagata bhajar ma me manza bhajar bhava maha samaya sadhu a. O protector, in my ignorance and delusion, I have gone against and cursed my samaya. Lama protector, be my refuge, chief of all the mandalas, Vajra holder, embodiment of great compassion, chief of all living beings, in you I take refuge. I confess of my impediments of the root and branch samaya of the body, speech and mind. I implore you, let me negative actions, obscuration, wrongs and dolphin, all my flaw be completely cleansed and purified. Now visualize with 6 syllable mantra. Om Vajrasattva 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 Om Vajrasattva. Visualization of the, what do you call it, dissolving into lights and aware of your nature of mind at the end. Two stages, right? Practice, two stages, development stages, and then the what? Completion stages. So this is, we call everything is dissolving into each other, and at the end dissolving into light, light dissolving into space, and then that really helps you see the nature of your mind, and then you just meditate on that as much as you can without thoughts. That's the complete stage meditation, which is actually dzogchen practice or emptiness. So it's too late, I'm sorry. I think I talked too much, you know. Now to Vajrasattva we pray, grant us without impediment of obstacle arising, forever circumstance, the fulfillment of our aspirations and attainment ordinary and supreme, as all the victorious Buddhas of past, present and future, praise, dedication and spirit. So now I too dedicate all these services of merit of mine, all living beings, perfect good action. Through this very merit of mine, may every English sentient beings eliminate all forms of negativity and practice virtues forevermore. May sperm precious bodhicitta take birth where it is not arisen, where it is not arisen and never went, but continue to grow forevermore. All right, thank you very much.